For those of you who are not keeping track at home, this is Midnight's fifth full-length record. That is, of course, if you don't count the demos, the compilations, the splits, the EPs, the stuff they were doing on the more like punkier side as far as release. Grind bands do that as well. But then they decided to go all in on the full-length album. And you know what? What a great decision has it been for Athenar, because one full-length album after another, it has been a grand slam after grand slam after grand slam. And I remember going into this thinking, man, I gotta have a little bit more of a critical sense of ear sometimes, because I had to wonder, like, am I being a shill? Am I fanboying out too much? Maybe I gotta be a little bit more tougher on the next album release and decide, like, is it really that good, or am I too much in the fanboy mode? So I did my absolute damnedest to go into this with a more critical sense of thinking.
Oh, okay. You real tough now. Yup.
As I suspected, 32 flavors.
If anyone knows anything about tradition, it would be Athenar himself. This is the second album since Sweet Death and Ecstasy, where he took two different song titles and combined them together as one. And of course, he still has the 6-syllable album tradition with every title. He also continues to write and record all the instruments and the vocals. And of course, last but certainly not least, William Lacey does the prestigious album artwork once again, this time with a little bit of a greener, slime green type of touch going on. And I swear, these two work together so well. It's like Derek Riggs and Iron Maiden, Vincent Locke and Cannibal Corpse. This is a fucking marriage that works. So you guys better not get out of that honeymoon, because I want more of this shit like this.
If you don't, I will look for you. I will find you. And I will kill you.
Now let's talk a bit about the music itself. It's the Midnight you know, you love, and you absolutely fucking crave. But this time there's a little bit of a side order of Frost creeping in there and blending itself within the confines of the music. I wouldn't call it like a fat departure or anything. It's kind of like if you're taking a cheeseburger and you're adding bacon into the mix. So if the Frost is the bacon, then the catchy riffs and lyrics are like the cheese and the beef. And there's an ice cold intro that brings us telepathic nightmare as things kick off before it goes into full-on signature Midnight Centra. If this is the stuff nightmares are made of, then this is the nightmare I refuse to wake up from. And then you got the more straight-ahead rockers like More Torment that is meant to be played in packed arenas, filled free of posers and loaded on sex, drugs, and rock and roll. And then meanwhile, you got tracks like Let There Be Sodomy and Devil Virgin, and they're like the tracks that elevate those chillier aspects to the record. Meanwhile, you got Snake Obsession. This is like the punkier number that's sure to incite mosh pits between the punks and the metalheads. And then Sussex Witchery closes out the bastard and it culminates perfectly everything that this album was. Memorable lyrics, darker touches, the riffathon, with Athenar's raspy shout as a cherry on top. What about the production? It sounds normal to me. I mean, come on. One may argue that maybe a little less sleazy or a little less dirty, and when I hear it the more and more, I don't hear that. It just sounds like a normal Midnight production to me. I hear the band that I know and crave and love. And you know what? It's a fucking metal album. Who cares? There's black metal albums that sound like they fucking recorded that shit in a dirty toilet. So let's carry on from this dumbass subject that is the production. Because I'll tell you what, man. Look, a good album is supposed to make you want to bang your head against a TV, slamming bottles of Maker's Mark on the ground. And if that album ain't doing that, then there's something fucking wrong with the picture. Fortunately for me, this album makes me want to party like Charlie Sheen, like a true Sheen machine. Now, how accessible is the album? How accessible, you may ask? I'll tell you, Randy. I'll tell you. If you're just jumping in and looking for a good gateway to dive into the Midnight world, this is a great start. You get the sound that they have been historically known for, and just a little bit of a slight addition to their sound. And if you are a longtime fan, you'll benefit that much more from the riches of listening to some, because you can notice the growth as the years have gone by for Athenar and company. Album of the year, and it's only March? Bro, this is a fucking strong ass contender. I'm just saying. I'm going to rate this bad boy a strong 9.2 out of 10. So if you were on the fence for some reason about checking them out, if you somehow just for some reason never got around, you just were aware, that's cool. But if you were a fence sitter and you knew, dude, what the fuck were you thinking, man? This album is designed for you. Go catch them on their upcoming tour with Mayhem and Watain. Or just wait till a headliner. Or both. It's your choice, man. Now turn off this video and listen to the fucking album already.
No! What are you waiting for? Do it! Just do it!